Hello, Cancer. Today is Saturday, February 29th. 2 months of 2020 gone quick, yeah? Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. Hi, Cancer. How you been? Let's take a look and see how Cancer is weathering our Mercury retrograde. And let's take a look and see what's popping for you this week. Been a little all over the place with my other zodiac signs, so let's take a look and see what's popping up for you guys. It's been some chaotic energy. A couple of you guys out there were feeling a little, hi Tiffany, feeling a little bit frustrated, cranky, etc. and out of it. So let's take a look and see what Cancer has going on. Hi there, Laura. What's up? What's up? All right, let's take a look and see. So, Seven of Wands. I was saying in, I think it was, oh, my knee. Ouch. I think it was the other sign. I was saying how I feel like a newscaster. Good morning and welcome to Karma on Deck. So here's what's going on for Cancer. The first thing that comes up here is the Seven of Wands, which is my batting cage. That's one thing after another. So you're going to feel not exactly like the Eight of Wands where that's picking up and going, go, 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 go. This is batting cage. This is Seven of Wands is taking things on and juggling a lot of things. So it feels like things are going to be stepping up for you quite a bit, which is kind of good because you've been going through this little lag. If you notice, we have the Hangman here and the Devil card. So things have been stirring up for you and feeling a little out of whack and out of control. The Hangman is that energy I was just talking about that everybody was bitching on. And that's that feeling frustrated, that cabin fever, restless energy and nowhere to go. And even if you go somewhere, you don't want to be there and uncomfortable and that frustrated sense of just feeling a little tight in your own skin, so to speak. It's like when you need to be losing weight or your clothes are too tight and just something not feeling right. You have the Five of Wands right here, which is being backed into a corner. It's not exactly always saying that you have someone attacking you, but it's definitely feeling as if you're backed into a corner and you're having this sensation of feeling watched, or maybe even like at work if there's too much micromanagement or supervision going on. And this Devil card. So the Devil card often plays different roles depending how it shows up. Now, the Devil card isn't a bad card. It's not evil spirits. It's not Satan. Okay, let's understand that right out the gate. The thing about the Devil card is it talks about strife, conflict. Sometimes it refers to addiction depending on where it lays. If it comes next to the Justice card, somebody went to jail for that shit. The Devil card can also mean somebody's lying, not telling the truth. It can also reference you being dishonest with others or others being dishonest with you. It also can indicate an internal struggle. So internal struggles are going to be like feeling like this Five of Wands card right here. And the Five of Wands is feeling backed into a corner. This might also be you feeling as if you're not speaking your word or speaking your truth and having this internal struggle with maybe being overcommitted in a place. Like, let's say, for example, the extreme example. So, hi, Posh. So, for the extreme example of the Devil card would be in a marriage that you can't stand and you're sitting there going, I need to get out of this, and you have this internal struggle, but nothing's being spoken to. Or it might be the job that you can't stand, and it's just the constant internal struggle that you have going on. We have the King of Wands, so this might even be referencing your workplace and your leadership that you're having to deal with. Queen of Wands and King of Wands. You don't know whether to nurture or speak out. I'm also seeing Page of Swords, and that's having a little bit of a short temper. I want to look something up really quick. We're going to look up Seven of Coins, because this card always references Seven of Coins being always being like a move or a transfer or changing. So here's the thing about it is each deck plays with a different meaning. Each author puts in an illustration and a little twist on what they think that card could represent in its own rendition. So the Seven of Coins definitely means sitting back and enjoying what you have. Sometimes it references a move crossing from one place to another, but it's all about harvest. So if you notice the progression of your cards right here, they're showing us that your decision making, the Six of Coins, like trying to bring your ideas into fruition. The High Priestess is showing us that your intuition is kicking in like crazy this week. We also have the Six of Swords, which is things getting easier. So the Six of Swords, if you notice, the blades are pointing away from the querent, away from the person. And so things are feeling a little less like they're pointing at you. So different than the Five of Wands, which is all about, feeling backed into a corner. The Emperor card is taking leadership in the bottom of your deck. And that means it's time for you to start speaking up. It's also talking about speaking about those intuitions and that you aren't maybe accustomed to hearing or paying attention to. And as you have this intuition kicking in, the Emperor is popping up and telling you that you should be speaking these things out and bringing them into the 3D. You're definitely seeking balance within all of your, work and home life, because Three of Cups is about bringing your circle small, bringing things into a manageable, that's like that whole Hermit card, right? Even though you have the Hangman, and this is all about like waiting and purgatory, being stuck in between, right? I would say that you're wanting to withdraw a little bit and just keep that circle small, keep it tight, keep it safe. And the Emperor is starting to say that you're being asked to speak up a little bit more. That's your sun reading, Cancer. Let's pull some cards from my Mystic Dreamer and see what's going on with the moon, Cancer moon sign. And this is also, so I've been doing this for like a week. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to call it. But for those of you that are Cancer moon, this deck specifically talks about relationship emotions and how you're thinking. So that's kind of like your moon sign reading for those of you that are Cancer moon. So let's take a look and see how Cancer is showing up with relationships, lovers, family, and your people, okay? If you want a one-on-one with me and look at your relationships in depth, reach out, karmaondeck.com. You're also welcome to donate if you want to play with that. I will pop these links in here for you. And thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for the like, whoever did that. And after this, I am going to be doing Leo and Virgo. So if you want to hang out with me a little longer when we're done, I'm then also going to go live for y'all's Q&As that I know you love to ask. Okay, so this is for Cancer moon. Here we go. First thing out the gate, fatigue, 9 of Wands. Putting too much effort into other projects that aren't giving you kind of the fruit and feedback that you want. You're waiting for the harvest to come to you, so you've kind of been the Queen of Wands. I call that my bitch card, like it or not. We all know when we pull that card out of our pocket and have to play it. So back when I was a paramedic, I'm not ashamed to admit that sometimes I got them shit-kicking boots out. Sometimes somebody would cuss me out or act disrespectful on scene, and I would stick my finger back up and be like, yo, screw you too. Well, you can't cuss at me. Well, it's a play out of your playbook, right? You're cussing at me so you can get out of my ambulance. And my partner would always say to me, I don't know how you do it, but those people will be making you pie and inviting you over for dinner afterward. And here's what's true. That's the only communication that some people understand. And I feel like you know that, and that there are certain points in your life where people just are so narcissistic, internal focused, that they aren't paying attention or noticing your needs, and you're finally stepping to that. So you have the Queen of Swords, and that's that, and it's absolutely appropriate at times, and you know when you need to do it, and you know when you don't. So we do have the Empress card here, which is all about harvest too. So as the Seven of Coins, I knew why that card popped up in my head in the first reading was something to talk about, because the Empress is all about a fullness of time. The card represents September. It also represents pregnancy. Now, the interesting thing about this card in pregnancy is that it references you having it's ready. You can't force a pregnancy. You can't force an apple to be ripe. It just takes its time and its due time. And this is one of those things where you're like, okay, it's harvest, it's due time. You started to get a little hopeless, and communication has been wonky for you guys. Three of Swords is my Mercury retrograde card, and that's all about you having these feelings of that anything you say has been taken wrong. I'm also seeing that you've kind of avoided talking to people, because look here, you have the Seven of Swords. So this is you like, I'm going to go get this my own way, do it myself. I don't need to include somebody, etc. So I'm seeing, you really avoiding conflict because you feel like that's the only way it's going to come out if you get in front of somebody. I'm also seeing a couple interesting cards that are referencing social media. The Three of Pentacles, if you notice, she's a woman that's painting on a mural, and she's got some people watching her while she paints. So whatever's going on for you on social media, I don't know if you're deciding to take a break from it, or if you've considered looking at someone's social media to follow up, or if just the fact that there is some, maybe it's a dating thing, maybe you want to go on social media and you decided not to. Right now, Cancer is all about watch and wait. You have the Three of Wands, which is sitting back, waiting for the ship to come in. There isn't one on the horizon, but you're just saying, if I just hold the line long enough. You got your weapons out, Seven of Wands. Not only are you being antagonistic, but you're also feeling a little defensive. And sometimes you got to slow down a little bit, Cancer, and take a look at what people are really trying to convey to you, because it's not always an attack. If you go back to the prior reading where I was looking at the Dragon Tarot deck, it was showing you that you're feeling a little backed into a corner. Remember, perception is projection. So be sure that your frustration isn't what's causing people to react the way that they do. Are you being the bitch card? Are you coming across as defensive? Are you coming across as the Two of Swords, which is indecisive? And how is your communication? Because right now, Cancer's feeling a little hopeless, which is the Five of Pentacles, loss of hope. So you're feeling a little bit agitated, frustrated, tired, and you feel like you're pushing the cart instead of it driving you. So this is what's going on for Cancer. And then you're just looking for balance. I swear that's what's really going on for Cancer right now. And again, if you notice, there's always a congruency. Hi, Byron. Sorry, I can't see. I'm getting old. I have the High Priestess in this reading as well. So you always have a congruency between one deck and the other, and I love it. You do have very similar cards. About you finding balance. Also the High Priestess next to the Empress card. So the High Priestess, like I was saying, is all your intuition is firing left and right. So if you feel in your heart that your conviction is right when it comes to a situation, move forward with it. Because as the Emperor in play, it tells us that you're being expected to take leadership on those things. Well, I hope that helps you out, Cancer. I am going to pull a card from Divination of the Ancients. So let's take a look and see what your little booster is for this week. And then shortly after that, I'm going to pop back on, and you guys can catch me in Leo. So let's take a look and see what your card is, Cancer, for this week's certainty. Of course it is. So you have the phrenology card, which references certainty. It's logic. Thank you so much, Lisa. Welcome. The phrenology card is referencing certainty. So there's a bunch of brain images on this card, and how that plays is that you are going to get data that substantiates the things that you need to accomplish and to move forward with. And so as you're gathering this data, your expertise, your brain, all of those different information sources that you're getting is starting to lead you that you're in the right path. You're right where you're supposed to be. And you being asked to step forward and speak to that. So there you have it, Cancer. Thank you for hanging out with me. Lisa, I am going to pop on after I do these other two zodiac signs and do some Q&As. If you want to hang out with those, I'll be right back. So thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe, and share. Hang out for the afternoon. I'll be right back. And like I said, if you want to book a reading, karmaondeck.com, and we'll look into the complexities of your relationships, your signs. If you want to get a zodiac sign, get your chart done, and let me know. We have resources for that. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll catch you on the flip side. Be right back.